Get comfortable, comfortable. We're gonna talk about money, 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 money.
Another banger. Make a call, make a bong, 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 make a call, make a keep at the bong, 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 your body, kakara, make a bong, 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 on a make it. Kilo fat, I'm a dead chocolate.
Good morning, good afternoon. Hi, welcome. My name is Lwazie and welcome to Mondays We Talk About What? About money. This week is the first week of us talking about money, and it's still within the first month of January. And we're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it simple because I just want you to listen to this video, feel pumped, get ready to do the work. And then we'll come back next week and we'll get into detail. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 points. And after that, that's it. We close the channel. We go do our work. We come back next week. We start again. We continue. Because this year, we're definitely going to stand on business and change gears. So, I'm reading from my Make It Happen book. Those that don't know me, my name is Lwazie. I hope I've said that. I think I have. Welcome to the channel. I am definitely a lover of all things money. That is to talk about it, to spend it, and also to save it and invest it. But for today, we're going to talk about to budget it. Budgeting and talking about money is such a hard topic to talk about. And I am nearing my mid-20s. I am turning 25 this year. And there are a few things I've learned, obviously, with the profession and what I studied during uni and even through my masters and life and the experience I've gotten. Money is a very important factor. That's now in relationships and friendships and family, at work. Money is always there. At church, there's money involved. If there's a scandal, it probably not okay. The statistics, don't go and check it. But the statistics are 50% of the time, it involves money. It involves money. And this year is not a situation where we want to use our money. Do you sometimes get the feeling that you're someone else is using your account? Because it can't be you. But at the end of the day, we need to realize that the way life is set and the way things are set around us, they're there to use our money, to spend our money. And sometimes we're not really thinking that we're going to use a certain amount of money, but we get into a shop and we see, oh my goodness, there's a sale of 40%. You weren't there to buy that dress. Why are you buying it? And that's also because of consumerism, capitalism, which hopefully throughout the year we're going to go into detail about. But for this year, we need to be a bit more cautious. For this particular video, we need to learn this week to be a bit more cautious about what we spend our money on. Every cent adds up to $1. Every cent adds up to £1. What are we doing with each pound in our lives? Are we also making money king? Money, we're meant to use money, but money is not meant to control us. And it's such a bad thing when you say money is controlling you. But half of the time, money is controlling us because we are sad when we don't have a certain amount of money, or we feel a certain way when we can spend money and not just save it, so that we're getting something from people saying that, oh, I can spend them dollars, I can pour them. But sometimes it's time for us to talk about money, just the two of us. Just the two of us. No one else needs to know what you feel, how you feel about money. There are many quizzes you can do online. We'll probably have a quiz next week that you will do, but it talks about money. And my first point would be, this year, learn to budget. Learn to budget for your money. Budget realistically. We're working so hard. I think all of us are working so hard to make that coin. Definitely then we need to know where our money is going, because we can't work so hard to make that coin, then be beat by the systems in the world, and then we don't know where the money's going. After all those hours, haven't you heard people be like, oh, I always wonder what time, when tax is deducted, what time do they spend on my shift? Because you have this feeling that I've worked so hard. So then spoil yourself by knowing where your money is going. So this year, just learn how to budget realistically. It's so simple. You can just type online simple budget and it'll give you, and it's simply adding all the money that comes within your salary, or if you have extra things, add all that money up and add all the expenses you usually have. And life has been made so simple that you can look at your bank statements, you can look at your bank app, and you can sort of see, oh, there's certain habits I have. And like, I'll give an example, a personal example that I've noticed when I'm regular at the gym and I go earlier, I spend a bit more because I want to take the bus to the gym. Now, in this case, of course, I've now factored in that if I really want to be healthy, I might need to go to the gym earlier. So I now need to have that amount. I can't be unrealistic and be like, I'm going to go to the gym at 4 a.m. and I'm going to run to the gym. It's not that. It's the way my life is set up. I probably won't go to the gym that day. Probably won't. But in a situation where I'm making things realistic, I know I need to take out 10 pounds every month for my bus fare to get to the gym. Because after I come from the gym, the sun is out, I'm good. We can walk back home because I don't stay particularly far away from my gym. But it's those things, realistically, you sit down and be like, you know what, when I actually go out during the weekend with my friends, I actually do enjoy getting myself a snack or a lunch with my friend. So then when you're budgeting, I'm not saying limit yourself and be like, oh, you don't need this. You do. But of course you can be like, okay, instead of me saying all drinks on me or all the food on me, have a budget. Be like, okay, this month I just want to spend $20 on my going out, because I've seen within reflecting that I do spend £4 each week when I go out, and I go out every Friday and I spend £4. How can I reduce it? Maybe I can not order the best meal every time, but that's budgeting realistically, because we're not trying to make life miserable. And the second one is, you can budget, but you need to have goals. What are the goals? What are your goals in terms of money? And it doesn't have to be a clear-cut situation where you know that I want to make 2,224 cents. Sorry, 2,224 pounds and 24p. It doesn't have to be like that, but just know that, okay, my goal is for my money is to try and raise amount to try and take my family out, or it could be a simple goal. I'm trying to reduce my debt. And there's a lot of this on TikTok, which brings me to the point which was at the end though, that read about it, listen a lot about the information that people have out there. Save it, of course, according to your life and how it will apply, because not everything that people say will go in your life. But things like TikTok, you can find people. There's a lady that I know that I sort of follow on TikTok. She talks about how she's trying to pay her mortgage, so she's trying to make an extra amount every single day. And I'm learning things from her, because but in this case, her goal is to reduce her mortgage, is to try and pay off her mortgage. So it's a goal as simple as, oh, I'm trying to take my family on a trip next year, or I'm trying to pay for my fees, I'm trying to reduce my school loans, I'm trying to reduce all these certain things that we may have, or I'm trying to treat myself this year because everything else is sorted, but I feel like I don't treat myself. That's how you save. Learn about the things, budget realistically, and have goals, because it's not easy for us. You can't tell a person run and the person just runs. Maybe tell them run for another 500 meters and you reach the finish line, and the finish line there's what you've been wanting. That's sort of a way for us as human beings that we like to have a goal that we'll reach. So do have goals. Another thing that we can even have here, and the reason why we even have Mondays we talk about money, is to have that accountability. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, and sometimes you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, it's another Mondays with money. But it is important. It's very much important for us to talk about money and be accountable. If you can find a friend you can talk to, if you can find someone that can just Once in a while, they don't even need to know all your business. Be like, just check in. Find out if I'm still impulse buying. Or just find out if I'm still on the track. We'll have a little every 2 months, every 2 weeks, whatever you feel is fit. And as I'm saying, I want it to all be realistic. I don't want to come onto the internet and be like, you're going to do it in this way because this is the only route. That's not the only route. There are probably 15 million routes that are out there. So budget realistically for your goals and your life. Be accountable. Learn more about it. Listen to people like myself or people on the internet that will tell you how they're making more money, if the goal is for you to make more money, how they're doing certain things, and be accountable. Another thing would be to pay yourself first, but we'll go into that in detail. But that's like pay yourself a certain amount, and that could be going into your savings, that would be going into your emergency fund, because the rest of the money, I've forgotten which author it is, but they went into that the money that you're paying for your house, for your rent, is actually not your money. You are paying the landlord. So that's the landlord's money. The money that you pay for food, that's the groceries money. Where's the money for you? I know you do get something in return, but where's the money for you? So that certain amount, that could be even 2% of your salary, could then go into, it's advisable for it to be 10, but like 2% of your salary can go to your emergency savings. So that is for you, and that is for you in the long run. Things can happen. And I would testify that emergency fund works. I've had a situation, or could say it came to a time where I actually had to dip into my emergency fund. But realistically, also build, gather that strength. It's going to be painful to actually start taking from your emergency fund, because you're like, after all this hard work, I have to what? But I was very grateful to have that emergency fund, because then I was able to then continue and sustain myself for a while through that emergency fund. So be able to put things like that. Put an emergency fund, because then you're paying yourself. And when you realize, yes, we're delaying, it's sort of a delay of gratification, because then you can say, I'm paying myself and I'm going to buy myself something cute. Of course, you can buy yourself something cute with 0.0001%. But our gratification and our stuff should not always be from us spending money recklessly. Which leads to my last point, which is sleep on it. It says just sleep one day, just sleep 3 days, sleep 3 days. If you see a really lovely shoe today and you're like, I want it, I need it, I'm going to wear it every single day, I need it. I'm going to use an example, my own example. There's this really lovely block heel that I saw. It's about hair high. I don't really wear this short heels, but I was like, this is a really good summer thing. I got it last year, January. And summer in England is June. I got it and it was on sale, and I'm like, what? At this price? I didn't go home and sleep on it. I paid for it. I took it home and I was like, don't worry, summer. Every day you're going to see me in that shoe. It's January 2024. The shoe is still in my wardrobe. Have I worn it? Not even once. Not even once. Now, if I had slept on it the first day, second day, thought about it again, the third day, I probably would not have gone back to buy that shoe, because I would have realistically thought, how often do you wear heels? I don't wear heels as often as I used to. So I probably would have thought, maybe I don't. Or I could have gone back and I would have made a conscious decision that I am buying the shoe because I want it or I need it. So sleep on it. This week we're sleeping on them decisions. If you see a sale, so what? There's a sale. Did you want it? Sleep on it. Sales probably don't finish in one day, and you can probably get it somewhere else. So it's important for us to sleep on things before we make decisions. This year we're not making rash decisions. We're not just buying things because of the sake of buying things, and we have this idea that we're going to keep buying things and it's filling something. It's not. It just keeps emptying us, and we keep rushing to something. And the most important thing is not to buy from a point of you want to fill a void or feel something. And sometimes we don't realize that unless you go home and you realize, but why? Why was I doing that? So it's important for us to not spend from a point of oh, it will make me feel good, or I'll fit in. And then what? No one will ever fit in. I personally believe everyone is born to be unique. So stand out and sleep on it. Thank you so much for coming to Mondays. We talk about money. See you on the next one. And don't forget to be accountable, to sleep on it this week. And make sure you learn and read more. Enjoy your finances. You are in charge of them. You've worked so hard. Enjoy. Goodbye for now.